to Am I Famous Yet? Memoir of a Working Class Rock Star. I'm Ivan. This chapter is called But Then Sly. After Sam Moore's triumphant performance at the Tokyo Jazz Festival, outlined in the last episode, you might want to check that out, Sly and the Family Stones took the stage. We were all thrilled to be able to see Sly, who had been a notorious recluse in recent years. He had just begun to make public appearances again in what turned out to be a fairly brief window of performing. The concert hall, fresh off of Sam's triumphant set, was still electrified and eagerly anticipating the emergence of the legendary Sly Stone on his first ever visit to the country of Japan. He had never played there, even back in his heyday. On stage that night were Cynthia Robinson, Jerry Martini, Sister Rose Stone, and Sly, 4 of the original 7 members of the Family Stone. It was a historic night. We in the Sam Moore Band were watching from the wings like the eager young fans we were. The formula for that era of gigs was that the Family Stone would take the stage initially without Sly and play their up-tempo hits like Thank You for Letting Me Be Myself Again, Everyday People, and dance to the music. Then, whenever Sly was ready, he would join the band for as long as he felt like it. He would then leave and let the band finish the show in the same fashion as it begun. A brief word is necessary about both Sly's state of physical health at the time and his relationship to the government of the country of Japan. While I have no direct knowledge of his personal appetites, it is well documented that Sly has been arrested multiple times for drug-related offenses. As such, the law and order-loving government of Japan had worked out a deal with the promoters of the concert to have Sly's whereabouts known at all times. I don't know if this included something like an ankle bracelet or a personal chaperone, but the word backstage was that some sort of a deal had been struck. Furthermore, while the Family Stone was obliged to perform 75 to 90 minutes, as is standard for concert appearances, Sly Stone himself was under no specific time constraint, as long as he appeared for some portion of the set. Again, I have no personal knowledge of his use of intoxicants, legal or illegal at the time. What I witnessed was a gaunt and hunched over Sly Stone approaching the stage. Let's just say that it was unlikely that he had just come from the gym or the health food store looking the way he did. He shuffled slowly past about 3 feet from me in the wings of the theater, headed out on stage to join the concert already in progress. The Family Stone had been tearing the roof off the place. They were fantastic. When Sly actually showed up on stage, the place went ballistic. The ovation was staggering. Sly sat at his keyboard and adjusted his microphone to meet his stooped posture and launched into his opening song. He's famous for being a great artistic architect, constructing his band from mixed race and mixed gendered musicians. He's one of the great social commentators of the 1960s, as legendary for his politics as for his music. No opportunity is lost on Sly in terms of significance or importance. For his first selection upon the occasion of his first ever appearance in Japan in front of a nationally televised audience, Sly chose to sing, Yes, That's Right, Don't Call Me Nigger Whitey. Standing in the wings, witnessing this, our jaws collectively hit the floor. He continued on with several mellower tempo songs like If You Want Me to Stay and Family Affair. After exactly 22 minutes, we know this because the Japanese time these things, Sly stood up as abruptly as he'd appeared and shuffled back off into the wings. He was done for the night. The Family Stone continued without him, rocking the hall into a frenzy until curfew. The following night, we were told that Sly and the Family Stone did 2 shows at the Blue Note Club in Tokyo. Sly was on stage for 12 minutes during the first show and only 9 minutes for the second show. He fulfilled his contract, the audience got a glimpse of a true legend, and everybody was in some sense satisfied. For us, it was a sight both beautiful and terrible to behold. He was still Sly. He created so much music that shaped an entire generation. Seeing him and hearing him play and sing gave us a glimpse of all that greatness in person, in the flesh. Hearing him scream a high note, even if it was only just the one note, was thrilling to no end. I'm told by the people who knew him back in the day that he was never one for doing long shows. They were all notoriously under a half an hour. The 22 minutes he spent on stage at the Tokyo Jazz Festival was unprecedented in his modern history and only slightly less than he might have done back in his heyday. It was also evident that time hasn't been kind to his body for whatever reason. Most likely, he's been the source of his own physical abuse, according to many accounts that I have read. That he's still alive after all that is amazing enough. It's hard to think about all the music that he might have created in the last 50 years had he kept his wits about him. The world will never know.